Just now, Nike has finally lifted the curtain on a brand new Caitlin Clark shoe drop. But before you get too excited, hold on. Because this isn't the shoe fans have been waiting for. Instead of her promised signature sneaker, Nike is releasing a Kobe 5 Pro Rookie of the Year edition. And let's just say, Fever Nation is not happy. 2 years after she claimed the award, the timing feels weird. The rollout feels slow, and social media is on fire asking one simple question. Where is Caitlin's actual signature shoe? Let's break down exactly why this moment has everyone talking. Because I'm right, and I told ya, Nike was finna come with a big rollout, and I'm telling you right now, it's going to be legendary. It's going to be a off-brand, similar to Jordan brand, bro. Nike got all of the BS out the way, got Asia out the way, got Paige out the way, finna get Juju out the way too, probably in a minute, because I'm telling you right now, Taylor Clark is about to revolutionize their brand like no other. Nike's announcement came with glossy promo shots, metallic silver panels, university red accents, and subtle nods to Caitlin Clark's Rookie of the Year award in 2024. The design pulls directly from her iconic post-award photo shoot, red fever jersey, trophy in hand, smile that said, "I'm here to stay." The sneaker itself is a Kobe 5 Pro, a model deeply loved by hoopers for its low-cut feel, responsive cushioning, and ties to Kobe Bryant's on-court legacy. Clark first wore this exact colorway during last season's opener against the Chicago Sky, and back then, Nike told fans it was a one-off custom pair. Fast forward to now, and they've confirmed it's going public in spring 2026 for $190 via the SNKRS app and select retailers. Sounds exciting, right? Except here's the twist, this isn't her signature shoe. It's essentially a themed release of an existing Kobe model with Clark-inspired colors. That's why the announcement landed like a mixed bag for fans. Sure, it's a cool collectible, especially for those who love both Kobe and Caitlin. But for people who've been waiting for the debut of her own silhouette with her own logo, this felt more like a teaser than a real payoff. And when you consider Caitlin signed an 8-year, $28 million deal with Nike back in April 2024, the biggest in women's basketball history, you can see why the expectations are sky high. That contract promised a signature line, exclusive apparel, and branding that would finally put a wnba star on equal footing with top male athletes in terms of sneaker culture. Fans were ready for an unveiling that screamed, "This is Caitlin's moment." Instead, they got something that feels like Nike saying, "We'll get to you eventually. Here's something to hold you over." And for many, that just isn't good enough. The biggest thing here isn't the design, it's the calendar. Caitlin Clark won Rookie of the Year in 2024. We're now talking about a shoe commemorating that award dropping almost 2 years later. By the time this Kobe 5 hits shelves in spring 2026, she'll be in her 3rd WNBA season. That's an eternity in sports marketing, where momentum is everything. Fans have been vocal about the delay in her signature shoe rollout. When Clark signed that record-setting deal in April 2025, Nike made it clear her own sneaker was on the way. But month after month, nothing. Then Aja Wilson drops her A1 signature sneaker earlier this year. It sells out instantly. And Caitlin's supporters can't help but feel like Nike prioritized someone else's timeline over hers. To be fair, sneaker development is a long process. Signature shoes take 18 to 24 months from concept to retail. You've got to nail performance, aesthetics, branding, and marketing. But Nike knew Caitlin Clark was going to be a massive cultural figure even before she was drafted. Her college numbers, her March Madness impact, her rookie WNBA season, all of it screamed, fast-track this launch. Instead, we're watching the momentum drip away. Nike says her shoe and logo are in development and will hit in 2026, but fans aren't buying the "be patient" narrative. In an era where brands drop collabs overnight and turn custom designs into retail releases in months, this delay feels avoidable. The backlash also ties into a deeper frustration. Women's athletes, no matter how marketable, often get slower, smaller, or less aggressive marketing pushes than their male counterparts. And Caitlin Clark, the face of a WNBA viewership boom, is still waiting for a shoe with her name on the box. That disconnect between her moment and Nike's timeline is why so many people are calling foul. On the surface, the Kobe 5 Pro Tro Rookie of the Year feels like a slam dunk idea for Caitlin Clark. She's not just a casual fan of Kobe Bryant, she's a student of his game, a disciple of the Mamba mentality. We're talking about someone who has repeatedly referenced his "job's not finished" mantra in interviews, who studies his late-game film breakdowns, who openly says she wants to bring that same obsessive competitiveness to the WNBA. That's why Nike leading on the Kobe line for her special edition release makes perfect sense from a storytelling standpoint. The Kobe brand carries enormous cultural weight in basketball. Every Pro Tro drop gets chased by hoopers, sneaker collectors, and casual fans alike. Associating Caitlin with that lineage says, this is someone who belongs in the same breath as the greats. But here's where the debate starts. This isn't her shoe. It's still a Kobe silhouette, still carrying Kobe's name, still living in his brand ecosystem. For a lot of Caitlin's fans, that's frustrating. It's like she's borrowing someone else's legacy instead of fully stepping into her own. The question becomes, why is the face of the new WNBA boom still wearing someone else's shoe instead of leading her own signature line? Stand on business about Caitlin, bro. It's just like I've been telling you guys. Watch the sneaker pages, because if you watch the sneaker pages, they leak everything, bro. I'm a shoe fanatic. Y'all don't even know this, bro. That's how I knew it was for real. The other layer here is perception. The Kobe 5 Pro Tro is already an established, respected model. People will buy it because it's a Kobe. That's good for sales numbers, but it blurs the picture of Caitlin's independent market draw. A Caitlin Clark branded sneaker would show, without any help from another player's line, how powerful her reach really is. And make no mistake, she has that reach. Her jersey sales exploded in her rookie season. Fever ticket sales skyrocketed. Viewership for her games doubled and tripled national averages. So while the Kobe connection honors her basketball idol and gives fans something beautiful to wear, it also feels like a safe move from Nike, one that delays the inevitable question. When do we stop linking Caitlin to someone else's brand and start building her own? You can't talk about Caitlin's delayed signature shoe without mentioning the shadow of Aja Wilson's rollout. The three-time WNBA MVP got her a one signature shoe earlier this year, and it was a masterclass in how to launch a sneaker for a women's basketball star. Nike went bold. Bright colorways, aggressive ad campaigns, high-energy social content. The launch sold out almost instantly and made a clear statement. WNBA signatures can be blockbuster hits if you treat them right. For Caitlin's fan base, this has been both exciting and frustrating. On one hand, it's proof that Nike can execute a major women's basketball shoe release with style and success. On the other hand, it begs the question, why isn't Caitlin getting the same treatment now? Some believe Nike is spacing out these launches to avoid oversaturating the market, thinking two major WNBA signature debuts in 1 year might cannibalize each other's hype. That makes sense from a pure sales strategy perspective. But here's the problem. Caitlin Clark's cultural moment is right now. She's fresh off a Rookie of the Year campaign. She's the driver behind massive TV ratings boosts. She's one of the few WNBA names pulling casual NBA fans into the women's game. Content creators told Sneaker News channels, you know what, we setting a date. The holidays 2025. Caitlin Clark's signature logo and signature shoe is about to be released. It is done waiting, bro. Now, I don't want to hear anybody else talking about online on clickbait. Every month that passes without her shoe risks letting that peak buzz slip away. And this is where the frustration really boils over for fans. They see Aja Wilson's shoe as proof the infrastructure is there. The factories, the marketing teams, the distribution channels. If Nike could push Wilson's shoe to market with such precision, Why couldn't Caitlin's debut have been timed to follow closely behind? Instead, Caitlin's moment is being stretched into a waiting game. We know her shoe is coming in 2026, but will that still feel like the crescendo of her rise? Or will it arrive after the initial frenzy has cooled? That's the gamble Nike is taking, and for now, a lot of her supporters aren't convinced it's the right one. Here's the twist. Despite all the anger, this Kobe 5 Protro drop might still be the thing that keeps Caitlin Clark at the center of sneaker culture until her signature finally arrives. Think about it. The backlash, the memes, the debates, they're all part of the marketing ecosystem now. In the age of social media, outrage isn't just noise, it's attention. And attention is the currency sneaker brands thrive on. This drop could become the prequel that builds even more anticipation for Caitlin's actual debut shoe. If the Kobe 5 Rookie of the Year sells out in minutes, and it probably will, it proves to Nike, the industry, and any doubters that Caitlin moves product. That strengthens the case for going big when her first silhouette drops. It also ensures that by the time her shoe arrives in 2026, the narrative isn't just finally, it's this was worth the wait. But here's the danger. Hype is fragile. If Nike leans too much on teasers and themed releases without delivering the real thing, they risk frustrating the very fan base they're counting on to drive sales. Caitlin's whole brand is built on showing up in the clutch, delivering when the lights are brightest. If her shoe rollout doesn't mirror that, it's going to feel like a mismatch between the athlete and the marketing machine behind her. And there's a bigger cultural layer too. This isn't just about sneakers. This is about women's sports being treated with urgency, not as an afterthought. Caitlin Clark is one of the most influential athletes in the country right now, male or female. To see her signature line delayed while existing brands like Kobe's get repurposed in her image sends a message, intentional or not, about where the priorities are. So yes, this drop will make waves, yes, it'll sell, but its true legacy will depend on what comes next. If this is just a shiny appetizer before a massive main course, fans will forgive the wait. But if Nike drags its feet too long, this Rookie of the Year shoe might go down as the symbol of a missed opportunity. Either way, Caitlin Clark's signature sneaker, whenever it lands, is already shaping up to be one of the most anticipated basketball shoes in recent memory. And the stakes have never been higher for Nike to get it right.